This is our 4-poster deer treatment bait station used at Highland Hill Farm. You can come to the farm and see how we have this set up. This is a demonstration unit that we have showing deer eating at the feeder. The feeder has a trough and it also has a hopper that feeds the trough and limits the amount of corn being used. This is a picture of a deer before treatment by the USDA at their test station. This is a deer after treatment at the USDA test station. The deer bait station has 4 paint rollers on it, which rub against the ears of the deer while they're eating. It's an efficient way to kill ticks on your property. This bait station has killed up to 98% of the deer ticks in an area. It's recommended that you use 1 feeding station for every 40 acres to get adequate coverage for your property. This feeder uses only, and I repeat, only whole, clean corn. And the deer will only eat about 1.5 pounds of whole, clean corn per deer per day. So it's not that much per deer to feed these deer and treat them. The storage bin for the corn on the deer bait station can tell you how many pounds of feed are being consumed by the deer. This relates directly to the amount of pesticide you're going to apply to the paint rollers. You need to follow the directions on the label to figure out how much pesticide to apply to the rollers. It's not difficult. It's very easy to do.
This is the applicator gun. By squeezing this, fluid will be sucked up through this tube that goes into the can. This is the pesticide. Follow the application directions and wear gloves. This is a new unit, so it's not dirty. But you'll draw in the amount of pesticide needed, and then you'll just push it down on top of the paint roller. So it's very easy to use. If you have any questions about it, read the directions. The directions are thorough.
When placing corn in the feeder, do it on a dry day so the corn does not get moldy. Deer will not eat moldy corn, and moldy corn won't flow through the system to the troughs where the deer feed. We like to keep track of the amount of corn that is consumed, because with the knowledge of the amount of corn consumed, we can figure out, using our pesticide label, how much pesticide to add to the paint rollers. Also, we like to make sure that in the trough where the deer feed, there isn't much corn. When there's a lot of corn, they can eat it fast and they don't get as much of the pesticide on their ears. We want them to work at the station to get the pesticide on their ears. We check the pesticide. We check the station once a week to make sure that the hopper where the deer feed from is clean and that the corn will flow out, that we have corn in our storage bin, and that we have the correct amount of pesticide on the paint roller applicators. In this manner, deer in your neighborhood will become your tick-killing machines. The efficiency of this feeder in eliminating ticks in an area can be upwards to 98%. A 98% reduction in ticks will mean that your likelihood of catching the Lyme disease will dramatically go down.
This field of green giants was planted about a month ago. And in this field of 500 green giants that we planted, we only lost 2. And they were both on the end. This one died, and this one over here died. And the reason these died was we had a fox. And as strange as it may sound, the fox killed them. But how did the fox kill them? Well, what the fox did was he chewed on the water line. And then we had to make a splice in the water line, so it shortened the water line because we didn't have extra tubing with us at the time when we spliced and repaired the line. So the lines did not come all the way to the end of the rows. And because of that, when we put the drip water onto the trees, these two at the end of the rows did not get sufficient amounts of water. And that's why they died. So the fox killed these two. But we expect to have losses, and it's okay, especially if it's a fox. Now, if it were from a rabbit, we'd be very upset. We'd want to shoot it. In fact, we would. If it was from a deer, we'd kill it. But the most important thing and critical thing in growing these arborvitae, especially if you plant them like these were in the middle of the summer, is to make sure you have a water system on it so that you can properly water the trees. You can't expect a consistent and uniform result on your trees if you don't have proper watering. So if you have any questions on growing green giant arborvitae or other arborvitae, give us a call at Highland Hill Farm. We grow thousands of arborvitae and we specialize in the giant green arborvitae.